Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. I've got two firearms with me today. First one is a Smith and Wesson 629 revolver. This is a 6-shot revolver in 44 Magnum. And to go along with it, I've got a Henry lever action rifle, also in 44 Magnum. And this specific one is the color case hardened finish, which we'll go over a little bit in a few minutes here. So I put these two together simply because they go so well together. They're chambered in the same round, which is pretty good to do for very specific purposes, but it's pretty cool. And they're just fun. There's something, there's just something fun about it. Shooting a revolver and shooting a lever action rifle. They're just fun toys. And again, I do know that some people carry this revolver. Not me, but some people do. For me, this is more just going to the range and having fun. So let's get into this real quick. Let's go over the revolver first. So the Smith and Wesson 629, like I said, chambered in 44 Magnum, holds 6 shots. And the thing that I like about this most, I mean, it is a very heavy firearm, but the thing I like most about this is the trigger. So in double action mode, it's a very heavy trigger, probably about 12 pounds, when you pull that hammer back and then it fires. However, putting it in single action, you get one of the best triggers you will ever feel. It's very much like a competition rifle, single stage trigger. So you've taken all of the play out of this. All you have to do is just come onto that trigger and give it, it's probably about 3 or 4 pounds worth of pressure. Very smooth, very crisp. It's very fun. So you can be very accurate with these. And I mean, revolvers are inherently accurate. You've got a fixed barrel, it's not moving. So, there's all kinds of pros to that. But this is a fun thing to shoot. I usually shoot hand loads, and I've done 2 loads. I've got a soft shooting load, just for plinking all day, and then I've got full Magnum loads. The full Magnum loads kick. Don't think otherwise. They're something else, but they're completely manageable, and they're a lot of fun. And taking some friends out to the range, you get the wonderful fireballs, which is always fun. Again, this is kind of just for fun. But the 629, it handles well. For those of you not familiar with revolvers, you do need to be careful. I know a lot of us have been taught to grip high and keep your thumb up high, like way up here. You don't want to do that in a revolver. Keep your hand down here. Reason being, there's a gap between the cylinder and the barrel, and you're going to get flame coming out through there. The bigger the gap, the more flame. But, just something to be aware of if you're new to revolvers. Otherwise, these things are fantastic, and your grip's a little bit different than what you probably are used to with your pistols, but you do a nice, firm, 2-hand grip, or 1-hand if you want to. And again, that trigger is just fantastic. Gotta love that. Anyway, these things are a blast. If you haven't tried revolvers or shot a revolver, find a friend who has one and just go try it. It is fun. It's something new, and again, I get it. It's not for everyone. One thing I did want to say, for a little while I had a red dot on here just for shits and giggles. You can do that. You can take off this rear sight, which is fully adjustable, but pop off the screw up on the front, and then you can get a mount and put on a red dot if that's your thing. I honestly did it just for fun to try it out, and I took it off. It's better this way. The red dot's kind of stupid on this, in my opinion. Sights are good on this. They're very adjustable. You've got a very nice bright front sight. It is painted, these aren't tritium or anything like that. It's just a bright orange sight, and it catches your eye nice and good. So you'll be able to go there, be able to get some good shots with it. It's plenty accurate. onto this Henry. Now, this was one of those when I found out that they were coming out with this case-hardened, color case-hardened finish. I just had to have one. It kind of put it over the edge for me. I went down to my local gun store, told them I wanted a Henry because they had standard ones, and they had a special order, this color case-hardened one for me. It's a cool finish. So color case hardening, it gives a look of like an oil slick to it, okay? And again, this isn't an oil finish, it's a normal finish, but that's just the way it looks. So it's a pretty finish, and it's fairly durable. I mean, there's nothing, it's like bluing in terms of durability. The parts that are color case hardened on this, you've got the receiver, and then when you go up here, you've got the very front of this wood. That's color case hardened. And that's honestly about it. To be honest, I thought I was going to have a few more parts on this color case hardened, like the lever or the trigger. It just wasn't the case. So, you know, your cocking lever, your hammer, your trigger. This is your feed tube, your barrel. All that's just standard black finish. I don't know. It's a glossy black. I don't honestly recall what they call that finish. Could just be a standard bluing. But either way, it's a pretty gun. It works well, and then the stock is a nice walnut stock. Again, it's a pretty gun, but it shoots very well. With these, the sights are something you might not be used to. I think they call these buckhorn sights. So in the back here, you've got this big U-shape and a little diamond there, so you can get fine-tuned. You can move this up and down to change your elevation. So you can press right here and then scoot this up and down. And then the front is a gold bead sight. Just a gold dot. I think it's actually brass, but it catches your eye well enough. So on this, on a lever action gun, you go ahead and you load it up top here. You have to do a small little turn, pull this out until you expose this loading chamber. So you can see right here, that's where you're going to load your cartridges. So bullet forward, just drop them in. They go into that tube, and it keeps spring pressure on it. And from there, the loading mechanism is fairly similar to a shotgun. Obviously it's lever action instead of pump, but you'll have a little carrier down here that picks up the next round and brings it up, chambers it, or brings it up to the barrel, and then the bolt comes forward as you close that lever and puts it into the barrel. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, very reliable, it works. You can shoot pretty quickly with this, and the trigger on it is also really nice. Not as nice as that revolver in single action though. But with these, you know, you can take you aim, you shoot. You can just get used to loading it up, pull that trigger again, and just get going. So you can be fairly quick with these. I've seen people shoot very quick. Obviously it's not semi-automatic, but it is pretty cool. And they're very accurate. I shoot the exact same rounds out of this as I do the revolver. So I was talking about that trigger. Let's see. So I've got no creep on this once you cock it. And trigger's definitely heavier than that single stage. If I was going to guess, I'd say it's probably right around 6 pounds. 6, 7 pounds, somewhere in there. It's a nice short trigger, and it breaks really well. It's not mushy at all. It's a pretty solid, pretty good trigger. I wouldn't put this on the level of, you know, a competition rifle or, like I said, even that revolver. But it is a nice trigger. It's a good one. You'll be able to be plenty accurate with it. Anyway, these are fun little guns to shoot. And if you get the chance to do either a lever action, whether it's Marlin makes them, Henry, there's a couple of other manufacturers that do these, but these lever action rifles are just a blast. Same thing with the revolvers. So go give them a try if you get a chance. They are fun. And, you know, if you're into, you know, cowboy shooting or something like that, those competitions. You know, this is the type of stuff that you'd be using. Probably something older on the revolver, but it is a lot of fun. For me, the only real use other than fun that I would have for this is, you know, if I'm going backpacking out in the mountains in bear country, I'd bring this, you know, 44 Magnum, and I'd load that up, actually get some defensive rounds. I wouldn't have a problem bringing that and just carrying it with me. Otherwise, it doesn't really serve a defensive purpose. For me, it's more just fun. I'm also not a hunter, so while I can go hunting with this is strictly for fun. But again, it serves its purpose, and if you do go hunting for smaller game, this type of a rifle is plenty fine for you. Again, it's 44 Magnum, and you can choose Magnum loads or softer loads, whatever you need, depending on what you're doing. So they absolutely serve a purpose. They're not simply fun, even though they are for me. But they are cool. So if you're just looking for something fun to go try out, I really recommend giving something like this a try. The revolver, the lever action rifle, they're just plain fun. Like I said, I know some people use them for purposes other than fun. That's not me. I have other stuff for that. But, you know, get a chance, go try one of these out. I think you'll have a lot of fun with them. Surprisingly accurate. Just seriously, they put a smile on your face. They really do. It's a lot like, to me, it's a lot like shooting my Garand. Again, I have better firearms. I've got better stuff, but that thing is just fun. I feel the same way about these. They're just fun to shoot. So, wanted to introduce this to those of you who are watching, give you something to think about, and hopefully go try something new. Anyway, hopefully you guys found that useful, and we'll do it again another day. Take care.